Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Okay, my face is kind of up front center. I dig it. I like it. How y'all doing? How long ago did Brass say 3 minutes ago? Honestly, it was probably like 5 minutes ago. Well, Marcus, glad I can be into games for you. Have a little bit of connection there. I can dig that. Thanks for the PTSD flashback of Mantine Surf. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Mr. Turtles, I have in fact found a single shiny Poipole. Shiny Gamer, you are absolutely correct. The stream cannot continue like this. I am not in my Gengar hat. How are we ever going to find a shiny dressed up like this? It's just not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. There we go. I should use this one? Absolutely I will. That is a beautiful light goal. Oh, bye chat. Welcome back, chat. Alright, 16 likes, 22 views. That hat swap was clean. Thank you. I've practiced my whole life for this. But yeah, I found it at 7,280 encounters. We are looking for the second one. Currently, the nickname rights are set at $1.99, and the nickname is not Pikachu, or as down below, not a chew. I have not played Magikarp Jump. Brock, the only reason why I played Mantine Surf was to get to the next island when they made it mandatory to do so. If I do more game nights, do them on Friday or Saturdays, and we can do party animals. I'm not sure what that last word is because the stupid heart is obscuring it. We can do party animals next. I have no idea what party animals is. But I am looking to add Among Us to the arsenal and the repertoire there, because I do enjoy us some Among Us. I need to find something else to do with the name, because if I put the dollar amount there, it's hard writing to read, and the name can sometimes be too long to actually do it. In this case, I think we can get it done. Donation goal. That works. Kind of. Why are those 9s so hard to read? Also don't know what Gang Beasts is. What's the point of the game Among Us? Finish the tasks on the ship before the imposter kills you. And coincidentally, kill all the crew members on the ship before you get outed as the imposter. But I am looking to do more Among Us on the Brass Coin Plays channel for sure. What start should you choose for Pokemon Ultra Moon? And you'll name it after me. I would say... I always have to go with Litten. What does coffee do? And is it like Patreon or something? Yeah, it's Patreon, but better. You will certainly be up for a game or two at the Brass Coin. Glad to hear it, Jay. Welcome, Starkiller, Shiny Gamer, Wookie, Whis, Brock's channel, Marcus, and everybody else that I may have missed. Oh my gosh, Whis, like, you carried the team hard on that one. That was phenomenal. Apparently you have to go to bed soon. That's understandable. School started, even though it's the weekend. Your idea for a Pokemon transfer would be a device that you can hook up to your games to individually, and you can select which game and which monster you can transfer to which game. Sounds kind of like Pokemon Home, honestly, but physical. It's 1:30 a.m. for you. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You didn't know how to unmute in the VC? That's unfortunate. Pokemon GoPro. Hello there. But Brass is still learning. Brass is still remembering. Like, when that game first came out, I was pretty good at it. I had my persuasion skills up. Me and Zach played quite frequently with a group of people when the channel was under... I reset before I figured out what that one was. When the channel was under basically 200 subscribers, we used to play Among Us all the freaking time. You need to put more points on vocabulary. More points into charisma. Not charisma was 100. Half of my problem with that entire game was I had no idea what my controls were. I had no idea how to figure out where my tasks were. So when I was imposter round 1, I didn't stand a chance. I'm like, I don't even know what to press. Like, I tried to end somebody right off the bat. My end button wasn't working. Marcus, you have a fantastic night. The one person that you did, you had to put on a live stream in the game too. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even think for a second that cams were a thing. Like, that's how rusty I was. Absolutely, you should shiny hunt Litten, Shiny Gamer. If I could have any Egyptian structure built in my honor thousands of years ago, what would it be? Richard Gutierrez, thanks for that subscribe. If you guys aren't subscribed and you're hanging out in the chat, because we do got 10 viewers, but not 10 chatters, smash that subscribe button. Join the community. I would say we need like a Jigglypuff like Sphinx, but with Jigglypuff or Snorlax. Just a a giant Sphinx in the shape of Snorlax. Yeah, we kind of did forget. You have to be subbed to talk? No, that's not a thing. No, I don't have subscriber-only chat on. A colossal sleeping Snorlax would go hard in the middle of Egypt. It really would. You shiny hunted a Bagon earlier. That's what's up. Okay. I need to go and retrieve a baby. So I will be back in several moments. Oh, I didn't put you guys on intermission. Shame on me. We need a brass coin statue. A brass coin statue made of brass. That would equally be going hard. Okay, we need this to like not be so intense. That's better. Brass coin statue made of brass coins. Now we're just getting Inception on us here. Goo Gaming work was pretty good. Can't complain. I only had to work 4 hours today. I spent most of the time like cold calling / texting people to see if I could get them to sign up for e-statements. I should sell brass coins. I really should. And I am hopefully getting patches this upcoming week to sell on a Shopify channel, maybe along with some stickers. I plan to hopefully sell out all of those pretty quickly, so one, I can order some more, and two, I want to be able to use that revenue to pay for the graphite mold I'm going to need to have CNC'd. Hello, Smoker. Welcome. Victor, welcome. How you doing tonight, Victor? You're gonna try to stay up for the entire stream? Me too, Shiny Gamer. Hey, no worries, Goo Gamer. Also, we are at 21 viewers. Thank you guys for being here, for hanging out, for chatting. It's pretty awesome. In 50 years, when you find a brass coin statue on the moon, don't be surprised. I would be shook. That'd be crazy. If you guys are new to the channel, we shiny hunt Pokemon here. We talk about life. We talk about goals. We talk about positivity. And we just have some memes about the whole thing. Consider subscribing, sticking around, chatting with us. Let us get to know you. Because we don't know you yet. Gotta do stuff at 5 a.m., so need to get some Z's. Or you could just not get Z's and do stuff at 5 a.m. anyways, and then you just don't have to worry about waking up tired for it because you won't have to wake up at all. You'll just already be awake. I mean, that's usually my approach when I was like 22 or younger, is like, hey, if I just don't go to bed, I can't wake up tired. So that's the thing. I'm one of your favorite YouTubers because I respond to chat. Honestly, chat is why I stream. Like, I could not do shiny hunting if I wasn't streaming. Like, I would probably go insane because I would be doing the same thing over and over and over again for myself and only myself, and not having anybody to talk to during the entire process. Like, on occasion, I will put some time into shiny hunting off stream but still recording, and it is like the most boring experience ever. Hashtag ignored my comment. The one that said goodnight goo, or so the schedule is now Saturday and Sunday, right? Not exactly. I don't think I streamed Sunday. Did I stream last Sunday? If I did, Sunday's a bonus. My official schedule is still Monday night and Saturday night from about 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Occasionally, I will be able to get extra streams in. Sunday, I think last Sunday was one of those, perhaps. So, it could happen. Zangoose? That would be Zangoose, and it is a mongoose Pokemon, not a badger. Or it's Linoon if it's the honey badger. Or Zigzagoon. What's my time zone, Victor? My time zone is MST. Linoon is a ferret? No, Linoon is a honey badger. Sentret is a ferret. Yeah, it's Linoon or Linoon, however you want to say that name. Ferret is a ferret? No way. Mind blown. Good night for reals. Good night, Goo Gaming. You like candy cane ferret? Ferret? In light of Zigzagoon, Linoon, and then Obstagoon, I feel like Ferret needs a evolution. Kilowattrో exactly looks like a electric type Swallow. How long are my streams? As long as I can stand it, to be honest. Typically I go until 2 in the morning. Sometimes I just don't have it in me to make it that far, because I still have to do some dishes after I'm done streaming. Yeah, GMT 7. Fur should be a normal ground type. I can respect that. Unfortunately, it would only give it a weakness to fighting. Or, I guess, water. It would give it a weakness to water and grass that it probably doesn't need to have. But I can understand why. So you're probably going to go to bed in 20 minutes. Gotcha. So not going to be making it the entire stream. Hey, by Swayze. CGC graded 7.5 copy of Sapphire. Honestly, I couldn't even begin to describe the value of a graded copy of the game. But I know 7.5 isn't great. Like, if it isn't 9.0 plus, then it's nothing. Oh, gotcha. First should be dragon bug type. Yes. One of these days, Game Freak will smile upon us and give us dragon bug. My pleasure, by Swayze. I like helping out when I can. Furt also deserves a stellar type. Furt should get the move judgment. I mean, they did make the poor thing run on an escalator for like a decade straight, so like, I feel like that's fair. Its legs gotta be so swole now. You still have to teach your Smeargle judgment. Shiny Gamer, well, glad to inspire and uplift. I'm glad you made a YouTube channel and are rocking that. It's fun to create content. It's fun to be seen. It's fun to interact with everybody and see how it grows. See how it all plays out. And like, being young is the perfect time to do it because you have summers that you can devote time to it. You have after school that you can devote time to it. You just have a little bit more leeway in time that you can... Your free time's a little bit higher than when as an adult, especially as an adult with kids. You have like 200 subs? Hey! That's 200 subs. How long have you been doing YouTube? Vibrava is your favorite Pokemon in Coliseum because of its animations. It feels so alive as it flies around the field using its antenna. Or feels around. Yeah. Pokemon Coliseum did a really great job of making the Pokemon feel alive. Part of the world. Interactable. And like, I love Hitmontop's little dance thing that it does, preparing to fight. It's like always ready to start breakdancing and spinning on its top. I also really enjoy Ludicolo's dance. And I like watching Umbreon and Espeon take hits. They actually look like it affected them. You've been doing YouTube 2 years. 100 subs per year? I mean, I did YouTube for about a year and a half, 2 years before I hit 600. So like, really, you're not doing bad. You're trucking right along. It takes a while to get seen, to get noticed, and to grow the channel. You can watch the stream while you get materials. 2 people unsub to you. I'm sorry to hear that, Wookie. It can be devastating early on when you have that much more personable time and attention towards the subs to see some leave. Like, it hurts. Your channel's like 6 years old. You're at work watching me hunt? Will hunting yourself? What do you do for work, by Swayze? Sounds kind of like you might be a night hotel reception person. Wookie Spooky was my 197th sub. Dude, that would have been like 4 years ago. Behavioral health technician. Okay. So, with that, are we talking like adults or teenagers? Oh, shiny gamers. Okay. I was like, Wookie, that was forever ago where I was at that low of subs. Like, I say that low for me because my channel's, you know, 10 times, is 100 times as big as that, but that's not a small amount for you guys. 18 to 26 year olds. Okay, okay. So, with that, I mean, that would be a job where they are sleeping, right? And so there isn't much that needs to be done. It's mainly just holding down the fort type of a position, right? Okay, yeah. That's pretty awesome. It's basically where I was at with my job today, as I was kind of just holding down the fort. Answering questions, being there to support people. So, you said you guys do, Shiny Gamer does primarily shorts. Wookie, when's the last time you uploaded a video? I also know Whis was working on a channel as well. Your wife wants to start playing. What gen should I recommend? Honestly, if you are just getting into Pokemon and you want to have a great experience, understand what's going on, I would say Gen 3 is going to be a fantastic gen to start in. Whether it's Fire Red or Leaf Green or Ruby Emerald Sapphire, you're not going to go wrong with either one of those choices. Fire Red, Leaf Green do a really good job of keeping the original aspect of Gen 1 with updating the graphics, you know, having a better play experience, all that. But I just significantly enjoy the Pokemon better in Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire. I think the color palette's better. The colors are more vibrant. It's a better flowing game. Pokemon Black is also a great game, but I don't know if it's the best gen to start with. And I would dare say, a lot of people love having started with Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, but like I think there's some nuances there that the other games help to have played. Your favorite personal games? Yeah. Shiny Gamer, does it not work when you click on Wookiee's name and say go to channel? Oh, the channel only works for mods? That would make sense. With better channels than me. Shark Lord. Wiss, where are your videos? No video, just live? Okay. Shark Lord, I'm poor excuse for channel. Hey, Shark Lord, you have 200 subscribers. That's pretty dope. 220. I'd say that's doing pretty good. And 100K video. Honestly, Wes, that's pretty dope. I don't even have a video on my channel that has 100K. But I don't see the video. Oh, is it Shark Lord that has the... Oh, Pikmin dancing? Hey, there you go. Yeah, 101K views. That's pretty dang good, dude. If you get back into uploading, would YouTube's algorithm still give you views? It wouldn't initially. It would take some time, but eventually it would start promoting channel based on current views. Like, the algorithm centered more around upload consistency and are people finding it and watching it. I'm surprised you guys just haven't utilized Discord yet to find the link, to paste the link and click it. But honestly, Shark Lord Whis, if you guys are like going to be doing Pokemon content and uploading steadily, in the Discord channel, the YouTuber role would not be a bad one because it gives you access to the self-promo channel. I could never get a hand up when I was first starting out, and I didn't want to be like that. So, like, my personal philosophy for YouTube channels are, while I'm big enough, I'm going to help people get to that monetization status when I can. There's a few YouTubers that I've kept my eyes on that I've wanted to see grow, and I've tried to reach out to and help out and get them where they may want to be, establish a dialogue there. CB Genius is a channel that I've worked with quite a bit. Not as much as I'd like to. He's worked on video collaborations with me very often. I think I've only been able to work with him on a few videos on his channel a few times and a few live streams and whatnot. But definitely open to the back and forth nature of doing Pokemon collabs and helping people get their names out there, because sometimes all it takes is getting your name out there to be seen. And I'm definitely down to help promote that. But one of my rules and stipulations is I don't care about how many subscribers you have, as long as it's over 50 and you've been doing it for a decent amount of time. I care more about your upload schedule and what kind of consistent content you're doing. That's my personal idea. Because like, if you're not helping yourself, I'm not gonna like endorse it or whatever. But if you're like saying, hey, I'm doing monthly uploads, I'm doing bi-weekly uploads, I'm doing bi-monthly uploads, I'm doing an upload every week, and kind of stick it to a schedule to allow the system to do its job, yeah, I'm perfectly willing to help out and be like, hey guys, go check out this channel, let's get this guy monetized. You already have your screen recorder, that's what's up. Is making edits a good way to get noticed because you've made a lot of edits that you just haven't ended up doing anything with? What do you mean by making edits? So like, are you editing other people's videos and just kind of mirroring it on your channel? Because I talked with somebody who was doing that on their channel and said, while that's happening, I'm not going to let them use the self-promo zone. I'm not going to do anything with that. Anime edits. Okay. So, in the grand scheme of things, not a great way to get monetized. You'll get your subscribers because there's a lot of anime fans out there and edits can be hilarious. But because they are using another person's creative works, chances of it getting monetized in the future isn't likely, so you'd have to switch gears. But if you started animating your own stuff, definitely. And there are some things that go into it, like how long of a clip you've used, what you did to it to alter it significantly, all that stuff. A lot of it goes into play there. So you can monetize an edit channel because you are putting in editing work, but other places could come in and claim it. Willie, welcome! Is there a safe spoofer for Pokemon Go using a PC? There are currently no standalone PC methods to spoof in Pokemon Go. You will have to install an app on your phone to get any of the current Pokemon Go spoofers to work. You can use the PC to control the program, but there has to be a app on your phone, and that involves deleting Pokemon Go and installing a custom, like, hacked version of Pokemon Go. Can anime edits get you copywritten? It's entirely possible that they could get you a copyright strike if the claiming party decides to do so. Usually it has to be over a certain amount of time. I'm not sure the specifics on that because they don't do that here. But there are allowable creative use stuff in there. You tried iPogo before, but you got a warning. Yeah, then I would wait until PC spoofing is a thing again. The only thing stopping you is the language. I don't know. Masked Nintendo Bandit or Bandit had a channel that he did entirely in Spanish, so there may be a niche there that you could just do your channel in Spanish. Hey, no problem, Willie. No problem. Austin, welcome. I just noticed you pop up there. I'm sorry your Mudkip isn't shining by Swayze. It can be a real pain to shiny hunt those. I seem really educated with spoofing. Well, thank you. I have worked with a variety of the spoofing companies. The Pogo one that you mentioned is not one that I've worked with. I've spoofed for 3 years. I haven't gotten a single ban yet. And, you know, you just got to be careful with how you do it and why you do it and when you do it. And kind of know how the programs are working with what they're actually doing. Wasito Spanish, by the way. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Good night, Shiny Gamer. You have a wonderful evening. I never did grab Shiny Gamer's channel. What does that look like? Some card openings. Yeah, shorts are actually a really hard way to get monetized and grow it. Like you can grow a channel, but the quality has to be like peak in order to grow a channel on shorts alone. With PC hardware spoofing, is that legit? Like you've already played on a Tarkov account, but you want to do a little extra chair activity. If you spoof, it would be from a brand new account. It wouldn't have to be from a brand new account. If you can spoof from a PC directly, I personally would recommend, let's see, iTool Labs Anygo. I've really liked working with iTool Lab. I think they've had the best customer service, the best engagement with me as I've been doing videos for them. They've been the best that I've been able to work with. I believe iTool Lab has a Discord. Give me 1 second, and I think I can snipe a link here. So here's the link there. Hey, Willie, thanks so much for the $6.99 hauler. Wiley, that's also their first, or sorry, Willie, that's also their first super chat on a live stream. Thanks for choosing mine to have it be a first super chat. You get nicknaming rights for the shiny Poipole as well. Everyone else can be jerks. I'm sorry to hear that. I do strive to be chill, in forthcoming, honest, like with what information I'm giving to the best of my abilities. Like it's not hard to to be genuine. Really, it isn't. So we need a nickname, a new nickname for the shiny Poipole. This iTool Labs AnyGo is also one that will have to install a custom cracked version of Pokemon Go. When you sign into your Pokemon Go account, it will kind of like take the information from your account, put it over onto this cracked version of the game, let you play. It'll sync that information to the server, and then when you sign in on the actual Pokemon Go app again, the information transfers over and it's the same. So it's actually really cool how it works. It will take a little bit to install, but the program itself does walk you through how to do it. Someone else can pick a nickname. So chat, what's the nickname? What Willie is donating their nicknaming rights to the chat. iTool Lab, they should have a Discord. Support. Looks like they have a support center, but not a Discord. Which is kind of weird. I feel like it's pretty standard for these companies to have a Discord, but I guess not. How do you copy the link? I don't know if there's an easy way to, but if you are on iPhone, you can take a picture of it and then click the link in the picture, and iPhone should figure it out from there. Candy corn? Candy corn it is. And honestly, out of all of the companies that could get you a straight standalone PC version of the program, iTool Lab is going to be the most likely to be first in my experience. If anybody's going to figure out how to make that work with just the PC and no cracked version of the game, iTool Labs is going to be the one to do it. Hey, we'll see you, Willie. You have a fantastic night and good luck. You've only donated to people twice in your life? Hey, That's perfectly fine. Twice is still pretty good. To me. One of them might have been Abdallah Smash. That name sounds vaguely familiar. You're right. 2 points for Brascoin. Hey, Yaz, welcome. Well, we're doing pretty good. We just had a awesome chatter chat in. Drop us some $5.17 USD. Donate the nicknaming rights to the chat, and they decided on Candy Corn. So we have the new nickname of Candy Corn set at $5.17 USD. Having a pretty good stream so far. Latin Geek, welcome. It's a ghost type, it's a psychic type, it is a steel type, is it a fairy, is it a bug? Is it an ice, fire, grass, fighting? What's that one supposed to be? Dragon, poison, ground, or water? You missed rock. So it is rock. Did we miss rock? I feel like we missed rock. Dr. Snapper, welcome. Dr. Snapper, I feel like we've had this conversation before, but have you played Zelda Wind Waker? Yo hablo poquito español. Stormbow the cat is blessing us, blessing me with shiny luck. I'll take it. Not Wind Waker. You've gone through the first bit, but no further. So, like, you've played through the first bit of Wind Waker? Because that information is key. Yes, until you go through the tutorial under the ship. That's where you stop. Perfect. This is why. Because when you typed that, your first message today, this is what my brain did. You know, barring the commercial that's about to play. Okay. For this, music's getting paused. I think the first 3 specifically. Yep. First 3. You guys can hear that? So at the very beginning of the game, Wind Waker, Link's out sleeping on kind of a lookout watchtower. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't let me do it any louder. But Errol, his sister, goes looking for him. And like, she's saying brother in the game. The text that appears on the screen is brother. But it just sounds like hoi. So that's how I read your first chat. Hablo un poco español. Yes, that is in fact a Snivy plush. Thank you so much. Also, Dr. Snapper, I do also have to ask. You mentioned the other night that your partner is Storm. Is that the same Storm as Stormbow the cat? Because, like, I've noticed that you two do happen to jump on the stream around the same time. So, like, it's just incredibly coincidental, it seems, with the confirmation of no. It's just that the coincidence is hilarious. Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's actually a really cool name. Storm Griffin. You got the neuron activation in that Snivy. Oni-chan? Yeah. Oni-chan. He's busy running this whole convention right now. Busy. What kind of convention? Maybe that's too on the nose. Don't feel obligated to answer that. There are a wide variety of conventions out there. Oni-chan does in fact mean brother. Okay. I have not heard of that. At least the first name. You run the volunteers department. Okay. That's pretty dope. And did you say you were in the I might be getting you confused with somebody else. Are you in the Arizona area? Staff 7 cons? Like you staff 7 conventions, or what does that mean? Yep, okay. I got it right. I know that those conventions are more common in the Arizona, Nevada area of the United States. I haven't really heard of them being done elsewhere. Anime convention would be so cool to go to. I still want to go to Comic-Con, and I think I missed it this year. I'm pretty sure Comic-Con has already happened for Salt Lake City. That would be the closest one to me. Oh, September 26th. It has not happened yet. 7 conventions. Okay. Okay, Dr. Stepper, this is epic, okay? So you said you staff 7 conventions. Do the names have to do with the locations, or are those all in the Phoenix area? Because, like, Denver sounds like it would be in Colorado, and Philadelphia sounds like it would be in Philadelphia. Like, is there a correlation there, or are these names not correlating to that? You wish you could meet a One Piece voice actor? Okay, that would be fun. Location. Haha, that's actually really cool. I love and appreciate the play on words there. Great San Francisco something, maybe? Obito is a Naruto character. Yes, yes it is. Also goes by the name of Toby. Okay, okay. Hey, that makes sense. What's my average soft resets in a day? It depends on how long I stream. It's easier to do soft resets by hour. For this game specifically, I should be averaging about 100 soft resets per hour, if not 150. Like, for example, we have been streaming for 1 hour, 9 minutes. I've gotten 116 encounters. And I can tell you a good 9 of those minutes I was not streaming. So about 120 encounters per hour. Yeah. Do you get to travel for those? Or, like, do you remotely staff? Or how does that work, Dr. Snepper? Because, like, surely these things aren't, like, volunteer-based only. Like, you got to have a few volunteers from the area to staff and have things go accordingly. But, like, it's about got to be something that the consumers buy tickets for, like the Comic-Con, so that they can go, so you can pay for the venue, the staffing a little bit there, everything like that. You fly everywhere. Okay. That's pretty dope. Okay. So, with that, I mean, that's obviously your and your partner's career path, your jobs. How exactly does one become, like, I don't know how to ask the question. Like, the simple way is, like, how does one become employed in that arena? Like, obviously, it's going to be an interest, a pastime type situation where a hobby became a career opportunity. But how does one exactly turn that kind of a hobby into the career that you have? Because that's fascinating to me. So, oh, okay, okay. It's all volunteer. That makes more sense. If I could use one Pokemon as a pillow, which would you pick? It would definitely be Mareep. It would be a little bit electrifying, but I think I could use the energizing sleep there. Oh, your career as a mechanic for the USDA. Okay. Still pretty cool. and he does IT all across the country. That also makes sense. IT would give you not just funding to do that, but the travel ability as well, because you can kind of work remotely for a lot of things, or you're just traveling a lot anyways. I have considered going into IT myself. Have I ever been to a concert before? Yes, a couple times. 2 of which were Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy is my favorite band. Brass Coin Lore time. One of the best albums I have ever heard is Save Rock and Roll. If you haven't heard it, listen to it in order from start to finish and pay attention to the lyrics. It's actually really cool. They did an entire album, which each individual song is a banger, but when you put them together, they actually tell an entire story. Why is Fall Out Boy interesting, Wiss? Nothing. Nothing. Fallout. In like 2020, you think it was Fallout? I'm actually going to be streaming until 2 in the morning, perhaps 3 if I can stand it. So that would be another hour and a half to 2.5 hours. I get to go wash some things that my wife needs washed so that she can continue feeding the baby. Smoker, that's 4 a.m. EST. Yeah. I have duties to do at 2 a.m. Otherwise, I would absolutely love to join a live stream with you, Wiss, or not Wiss, Dr. Snepper, and ask some more questions. But I will be being stolen away after I'm done streaming to do some chores for my wife so she can go to sleep in peace. 2? Nah. 2's easy. I get to sleep until 9ish on Sunday, so 7 hours is fine. Honestly, what I'm trying to get to happen, and Monday's going to be a soft launch of it, is I want to start streaming at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Can we get a D&D stream sometime? Listen, if I could have time to play D&D, I would absolutely do a D&D stream sometime. But I would feel like obligated to be the DM, and I just don't have the DMing skills at the present, so like I can't host. So it'd be like a recording of me playing D&D. I do have a moderator on YouTube that wants to run a D&D campaign, and a few moderators that would like to play. So it is possible that on a Brass Coin Plays channel, I could do a D&D stream. Your stamina is legendary, but you ain't that good. You have to sleep soon. Fair enough, Dr. Snapper. Yeah, absolutely. You can reach out on Discord. 4 to 6, at that time you're hibernating, as you should be. The idea is to try to get a different variety of viewers at that time. Ideally, I mean, I would love to stream from 7 a.m. my time to 10 a.m. my time, but that's just not going to happen. Maybe on a Tuesday. Problem is I stream Monday nights, so that would leave 4 hours of sleep. It's possible that I could do it on a Sunday, and maybe it might be worth it to look at doing tomorrow. Good night, Dr. Snapper. Really appreciate the asking of questions and interacting. You cemented yourself as your favorite streamer. Well, thank you, Dr. Snapper. Yeah, sometimes genuine curiosity takes over. I was like, I don't know a lot about it, so why not? Hey, thanks for the luck. Sleep well. As you know, I physically cannot go past 2 your time because that's 4 for me, and I don't go to sleep by 4. It doesn't let me. Yep. If you're ever on a long drive, the only thing that doesn't make you car sick is Pokemon Go. So sometimes you might listen to podcasts of people playing D&D and imagine what's going on with your eyes closed. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. If you're playing D&D and you don't see a movie in your head, there's something wrong. Although some people can't do that. And it's not due to a lack of imagination. It's actually something in people's brains that doesn't let them like visualize in their mind like what they see is what they see. Like the more people can imagine, the best imaginative people, they can be looking at something, but in their head they see something completely different. Like their eyes almost glaze over and they don't see what's in front of them. Like you can close your eyes like this and then visualize, but like the best imaginers do it with their eyes open. They can be looking at something but see the movie going on in their head. Your friend has it. Is that the word for the thing I'm looking at, or I'm talking about? The inability to visualize, a representation of how people with differing visualization abilities might picture an apple in their mind. Oh, that's so cool. When you close your eyes, you see an apple. You see an apple, but it isn't sharp with highlights. You see an apple, but it looks like a solid color. You see an apple, but it looks gray or black. You can't see anything. You only know you are seeing an apple. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You're watching a cozy movie in your head. Yeah. So yeah, some people cannot see images in their mind. And I don't know if Fantasia is it appears that there's like 5 stages of it from what I clicked on. It doesn't appear that there's like an opposite of it. Hyper Fantasia? Okay, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm so glad I stumbled upon this. This is so cool. You're pretty sure the only thing you have is schizophrenia. I'm sorry to laugh because of all the people that legitimately have schizophrenia, but that joke was pretty funny. At least I hope it was a joke. Save as downloads. This is just one of those interesting topics that we get to go off on a tangent on. Completely forgetting about shiny hunting. Downloads. Done. Brass, what are you talking about? You were distracted by thinking about D&D. Are you saying if you imagine D&D, your brain is getting possessed by an apple ghost? No. Hopefully the image popped up here. Yes, it did. Okay, let's... Oh, gosh. Come on. Okay, there's that. Oh, come on, Streamlabs. Don't be like that, bro. Streamlabs. What have I done? Sorry, sometimes when I add things to Streamlabs, it like freaks the heck out. In like freezes. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier that I did not know the name of until one of you guys had mentioned it is there's the majority of people, there's hyperphantasia, and there's aphantasia, or aphantasia. So you know what it's supposed to look like, but you don't see an image, you just know that you're trying to imagine an apple. So you got red, fruit, sweet, round. You have a general idea of what an apple looks like, but you can't picture it. And then there's like, okay, you can kind of picture it, but it's a shadow. Then there is, okay, you can see a dark apple, you can kind of see an apple, you can see a sharper apple, and then you have hyperphantasia, which is you can see detail for detail what that looks like. I have hyperphantasia. Like, my entire family does. We can see blueprints in our mind. We can see how to take things apart in our mind and walk people through step by step on how they would need to do it just by, like, imagining what we're doing. So, like, think about Tony Stark's AI computer generated thing when he's, like, putting his hand into the thrust compeller thingy and propulsor, and he's testing out how it would fit and all that stuff. Like, he's got that full AI rig going, and he's just tapping things. Like, we will do that with our mind, and we'll just, like, somebody will ask us how we do something, how do we fix this, how do we do that, and we'll just go into full, like, IT mode, full troubleshoot and tech support mode, and just like, okay, we need to do this, you need to go here, you need to go here, you need to go here, remove this screw, remove this panel, move this wire over here. Like, we can do that stuff all in our freaking mind because we're weird, I guess. So it's something that highly imaginative people have is hyperphantasia. You do that too, Wookie? Very nice. Hyperphantasia is genetic. That makes sense. You're the only one that's watching your desk like an idiot and still see nothing. I mean, maybe? You're the high majority, but not hyper. You see nothing. That's why OBS is better. Honestly, I think it's because I have so many things that Streamlabs is trying to keep track of. Gibble Warrior says, sometimes you wonder why Gibble only gets 5% love of what it deserves. It deserves 100% of the human race to like Gibble. Gibble is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Garchomo, on the other hand, is kind of overhyped. Okay, thank you, camera, for cooperating and zooming in and fixing your nonsense there. Even like 3D ones or ones that you are literally expected to write scratch work for, you can do it just by looking at it. You're always solving problems with only your mind and no extra scratch work. Hey, there you go. What's my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon? Swampert. Swampert, Flygon, Cacturn, Salamence, Metagross, Gardevoir, but Swampert. I also really love Chimecho, and I have the devil of a time pronouncing its name because I always called it Chimecho. A lot of times you see an object and think of how it's made, what makes it work, and how you can improve the object. Yeah, that is a very mechanical engineer type of a thing to do. My family is, for the most part, mechanics. Like, we're really good at taking things apart, putting them back together again. Do you think if Absol had a blue tint instead of a pink tint, it would have been better? Absolutely. Blue is so much better. So, like, when I'm reading a book, I'm seeing a movie in my head. Not a lot of people do that, and so they hate reading. So, most of the time, your good readers, they are able to visualize the entire book in their head. I would assume so, Wookie. Can we all give a round of applause to Fishy for bailing you out of the nether earlier? I'm not sure what you mean, but sure. So, for example, this switch, I could piece by piece dismantle the switch in my head by memory at this point because I've done it so dang much. I actually really enjoyed visualizing the Fablehaven series and the Dragon Watch series. Those were really good to watch in my brain. They were really good reads as well. And like, if they ever do a live action movie for Fablehaven, I will be a giddy little schoolgirl because that would be awesome. Alls I have as a requirement for that video is they have to use Amaranth and Nemo songs in that movie somewhere. Specifically when Kendra's running like to the lake, I think is in Fablehaven where she does that. Like, Amaranth and Nemo need to be in there. The songs are by Nightwish. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, Nightwish or Amaranth and Nemo by Nightwish need to be in that movie adaptation. Here's an idea. Instead of hunting this weird-looking Disney ripoff Pokemon, start hunting a real Pokemon from Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. Shiloh, I've already been there, done that. I got the legendaries from Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire. That's why we are here shiny hunting the legendary bee, as it were. Already been there, done that, shiny hunted it, found it, logged it, put it on the channel. You were too late. Yeah. A little bit. I did in fact get Jirachi. I also got Manaphy as well. Jirachi was at 2,000 something. 1,738. Roughly. Manaphy was at like 200 and some odd. Yeah, that's a real Pokemon to hunt. Freaking Wishmaker Jirachi. Would not wish that upon my enemies. That one sucked so bad. How you doing tonight, Shiloh? It's funny when you're reading a book and you randomly look up at your room and like, where am I? I thought I was slaying a dragon. It's like, I swear I was in a cave like 5 seconds ago. Playing some Heart Gold on your DSi? That's pretty great. Can't complain about that. That's a fantastic game. Day night's been pretty good. We had some super chats today on the stream, so that's pretty epic. We got a new highest bidder for the current nickname that this shiny Poipole's gonna have, so that's pretty awesome. Recently found one of the 2 Poipoles I'm looking for. Had a great day at work. It was pretty short. Can't complain. Failed at my first round of Among Us because I forgot that I was on camera. Not physically here, but like there's cameras in the map that I played on, and I did not know that there was cams. I mean, I did, but I forgot. So I failed at Among Us. It was actually just the Skeld map. I haven't played Among Us in like 2 or 3 years, so like it was relearning, and they've added so much to that game. I was like, I have no idea where I'm at, what I'm doing, and how to do it. But I did manage to get one person before I was caught on camera, and Whis was also able to carry the rest of the imposter team, so that was fun. Okay, this is driving me nuts. I need to fix this. Donation. We need to move that over here because it's not centered anymore, and that's driving me insane. Also, ours needs to be bumped up by 3 at this point because I didn't do it last night. So we are now hunting 70 hours for this bee. Still waiting for an apology for all the people that voted you on the second round. Never. You were giving me tips the whole time to help you win, and you didn't read them. At least you read me saying how to use the map. Yeah, gonna be honest, I was not good at reading chat on that stream. There's just so much going on that I didn't know how to do. So it's like, how can I read this? Seems like my oldest child is awake. Makes you really happy to still see people playing Pokemon games that aren't Switch games. Feels like DS, 3DS games are getting lost in the background. It's because you can't find a shiny in 5 seconds in these games. You know? Shiny hunting's a different breed in this game. Do I think I will ever play Elden Ring on Brasscoin Plays? You feel like I would enjoy it? I own Elden Ring. I've played it. I've tried to play it with multiplayer. I do not understand Elden Ring because it doesn't give me enough to go off of when I first get into it. And you die so easily. I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. Each time I go back and play it, I get a little bit better. But Elden Ring was not my forte. Elden Ring destroys me. So true. Can't make a sandwich that gives you a 1 in 10 chance to basically get a guaranteed shiny? Yeah. Yeah, it's far too easy. No challenge in it. Roaring Moon was the most difficult shiny I had to find on Scarlet and Violet. And eventually I will be doing a challenge to go through and get the whole shiny dex. This Poipole and soon to... So, the 3DS has been stalling me out, right? I need 1 more shiny Poipole, 2 shiny Savali, and I need to play through a Japanese copy of Pokemon Coliseum to get the Agato Celebi, and then I will have everything that I need from the Gen 7 prior, and then I'm just going to go on an epic quest to shiny hunt everything. It's going to be a huge undertaking, but I will be finding my original shiny dex. I'm not entirely sure what the best way to go about doing that is going to be, but I think I'm going to start with hunting the easiest shinies first, going from Scarlet and Violet back to Sword and Shield to BDSP, PLA, using those 4 games to get the bulk of my shiny living dex found, and then branching out from there to fill in the gaps. So there's going to be some shiny hunting on Gen 6, Gen 5, all that. That Celebi is a ton of work, especially in Japanese. You hate those menus. You've done it too. My only disappointment is that that Celebi can never be shiny. Yeah, Pokemon Coliseum's no joke. Especially seems how it's not just a typical go here, battle a gym leader, go here, get the HM, go here, battle the gym leader, so on and so forth. It's literally, if you can't read it, you're screwed. Like, there's so many nuances that you need to be aware of to play that game successfully. He solos the hardest boss for people and only wears a giant cooking pot on his head and no armor and 1 sword. I've heard of this person. Couldn't tell you their name, but I've heard of them. His name is Let Me Solo Her. Oh. That's funny. That's actually really funny. Also, we've been jiving without music for far too long. Get some post-wick lo-fi by Glitch City. Oh, somehow I got off on my increments there. Encounter number 7676. During my Among Us stream, you joined my lobby for a second and then left to see if anyone else would say anything. Oh, thank you. Like, this background? I like the Nintendo Switches. Love the Pokemon plushies. Need more of them. I need to finish collecting the Gen 5 starters, Gen 6 starters, Gen 7 starters. Do I have any of those? Yes, I have Poplio. Oh, and I have Froakie. And for some reason, I have all of the Galar starters in silver. And then I have Fuecoco down here and need the other two there. I have all of Gen 1. I have all of Gen 3. I have one of Gen 4, Chimchar, and Totodile for Gen 2 that you can't see. Whis used summon new more viewers. Oh, I was probably hard in the settings. Do I have a VR headset? I do not. I have access to one for the PlayStation, but I do not own one. And eventually for Halloween, I will probably be doing VR Five Nights at Freddy. There are a few Five Nights at Freddy games I still need to play through. Heck yeah, I'm doing your suggestion. I said I had the game, didn't I? Get out of here, Light. Like, I'm missing a few, I think, but I got 1 through 4 there, plus sister location. I got security breach, and I got the VR edition of Help Wanted. My dad has the PlayStation VR, my wife has a PlayStation, so like I can make it work, I think. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't play the new FNAF game. I'm so glad that, like, Scott's game initially worked, and then, like, he was able to make more based off of that. I also feel like a huge amount of the success for the FNAF series is owed to MatPat, Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye. Like, I feel like those 4 people are a good 80% of the success of FNAF. if there is a FNAF game that would scare me, it is going to be Help Wanted, because you're in the game. Nah, it's because of the music. FNAF wouldn't exist without harsh criticism. I mean, yeah, if Scott Cawthon never failed at his previous attempts at a game, we never would have got FNAF. Oh, yeah. I think it was just getting the game in front of thousands of millions of people's eyes. Because Zach, or Pokemaniac Zach, also known as Declan, but primarily known as Zach, he got me to play FNAF. Because we met together in college. He had watched Markiplier play it. He played it. He loved it. Then I played it a little bit. Like, I bought the first game, played it on my computer, didn't do anything with it for like 5 years. And then my wife liked to watch Markiplier play it, so I watched Markiplier play it with her. And then I decided I was going to play it on a stream, and so I've played it. So, like, that's 3 people that, through Markiplier, in my immediate circle, that have played FNAF because they saw Markiplier play it. Scott Cawthon made games for his kids, and people called it too scary, so it turned into an actual scary game. I gotta watch the Markiplier where he got his mom to play. That sounds epic. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. That's my Markiplier impression. I didn't expel enough air in that to get it spot on, but it's pretty close. Pretty good. Thanks, Wookie. You thought he just clicked on one of his videos for a second? I'm much better at doing Cartman from South Park. Go on. No, you just gotta say, Eric, what did you say? Do it. Do it. Have you seen the clip where Markiplier says the first night is always not that scary, and right after that sentence he gets jump scared by Nightmare Chica? Yeah, that makes sense. Make this into a clip. Eric, what did you say? Oh, I'm sorry. What I said was, how would you like to suck my Mr. Garrison? Oh, I'm sorry. What I said was, how would you like to suck my Mr. Garrison? Clip it. Nah. I'd clip the Markiplier impression before... Never mind, 10 out of 10. YouTube short material. Heyo, QB, welcome. We got the first shiny Poipole the other day. We have named the other Poipole Barry B. Benson. Hey, that's what's up. So now we have at $5.17 USD candy corn. So evidently I am supposed to clip either the Markiplier or the South Park. Never mind, both. At least one of them. It's free views and awesome to listen to. I do throw people off with Cartman because while I can't say everything in Cartman's voice, like, they don't expect me to have watched South Park enough to do the voices. How's my other channel doing? You tuned into my stream for a little bit. It's doing all right. Got like 37 subscribers now. They're not doing too bad. Which, considering it's just a channel to stream stuff that I don't want here, I think it's pretty good. Oh, 38 subscribers. I'm sorry. Like, I can almost set up super chats on that stream. Like, you don't have to be monetized anymore to have super chats, so that's cool. It's easy, okay? It's easy, okay? Can we get Eric Hartman and Markiplier impressions back to back real quick, please? I'm recording. Can't do it. Can't do it. We've exhausted our South Park references for the stream. Little did you guys know that I am the voice for Eric Cartman. Hello, everybody. It's Blank. After having done Cartman's, I don't know if I can do Markiplier's again. Prove it. Yeah. Amazing. I don't even know what I said on that one. I could also kind of do... I can also kind of do Stan and Kyle, but I don't know who's who. But if I do that one, I will for sure get demonetized on this stream. Guys, oh, it changed. No. The Poipole was perfectly lined up for those eyes to just like be appearing on Poipole's heads for Shiloh's message of the eye, mouth, eye. You're gonna have a 1-hour clip of you begging for a Markiplier impression. See, Wookie, that's what I can't do. If I do that, I have to finish it, and if I finish it, the channel will get demonetized for language. I can guarantee it. Made dress stream in 80,000 subscribers, QB. As soon as we get a 100K. It's been a long time since I did Stan. And I'm pretty sure it's Stan and then Kyle interjects. The first Pokemon game I played growing up was Pokemon Blue. At least you have a Kenny impression clip and could probably rewind later and screen record the other. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, Pokemon Blue was my first Pokemon game ever. Yours was Emerald? Valid. Solid first choice. First gen 3 game I played was Pokemon Sapphire, but I got Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald like pretty much in the same Christmas. Hello, everybody. My name is Brassapplier. I do not still have my original copies of the game, and Shiloh, it deeply saddens me because there was a change made in a version of the Sapphire game that I cannot prove, but everybody thinks I'm freaking crazy. So, in the edition of Sapphire that I had, there was either a character or a sign in Route 103 that said, if your Pokemon becomes strong enough, it can ferry you across the water. Okay? So hear me out. Brass coin lore time. When I first played through Pokemon Sapphire, I chose a Mudkip. I chose a water-type Pokemon as my starter. Now, when you first go through Oakdale Town, the left-hand side with the trees is blocked by the nerdy scientist following his own footsteps. After you beat May, he later moves and lets you proceed along the path. However, Oakdale Town is the exact width of the Game Boy Advanced SP screen. So you will see a tree line on your right as you're going north up to May, and you will see a tree line on your left as you go north up to May. So it doesn't look like there's a pathway there at all when you go through the game. So, didn't ever explore left or right because there's a tree line going up the entire way, almost. There's 2 trees missing to the left of Oakdale Town that lets you leave. My initial playthrough, I tried to go left to that route. He blocked me. I then went up to May. I then saw that sign, or that kid, that said, if your Pokemon becomes strong enough, it can ferry you across the water. So, my brain went, oh my gosh, Gen 3 got rid of HM moves. Holy cow, this is revolutionary. If I level up my Mudkip enough, it will ferry me across the water. That's the way forward. I just got to get to a certain level. Now, what I didn't process fully is, it's ridiculous, and if yeah, it just shouldn't work. So I spent the entire day of Christmas Day and the day after leveling up my poor Mudkip to level 40. It evolved into a Marshtomp. It evolved into a Swampert, all on level 2, 3, and 4 Pokemon. It took forever, hours of grinding. About the time when I got to level 42, I had an epiphany in my 10-year-old self. And I was like, hey, you know what? The only other water Pokemon you could possibly catch on this route is a Wingull. Wingull's a flying water type. Clearly, I'm not going to use it to surf across this water. So, what would have happened if I chose Treecko or Torchic? I would be soft locked in the game, unable to proceed. So, clearly, there's another route through the land that will let me proceed. So I went back and started searching, found that I had missed this route off to the left, and that's my first experience with Pokemon Sapphire, and I still love the game to this day because my first playthrough of the game, I rocked everybody's crap with a level 42 Swampert. Just creamed everybody all the way up to the Elite Four with this beast of a freaking Mudkip Swampert thing. Fantastic way to first play the game, and I laugh and chuckle about it all the time to myself because, yeah, it took me 42 levels of intense grinding on Pokemon to realize if I would have chosen one of the other starters, there would have been no possible way forward. So, huge L for Brascoin in that moment. But future versions of the game that released after that, they did not have that sign that says if your Pokemon becomes strong enough, it can ferry you across the water. So, that's fun. Also, welcome Casey. Doing well, doing well. We've had a pretty good stream so far. A lot of people have come through, a lot of likes happening on the stream, so excited about that. Got a few super chats. We got a new nickname for the Poipole down there. Nickname is set to Candy Corn. Current donor, highest donor is $5.17 USD. So, doing pretty good with the stream. We got a 350 views throughout the stream and 27 likes. So, we're cooking. Oh, that Swampert was an absolute unit. Absolutely, you can give everybody a brass coin lore drop. Previously on the stream, I was doing my very best Markiplier and Cartman impressions. Hey, what's their teacher's name? Oh, no, not their teacher. Their principal. What's Cartman's principal's name? Is it Mr. Mackey? Because, like, I'm sure I processed this before, but I just processed it. Mr. Mackey's saying is MK. Hello, Cebu Road Trip. Welcome. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. This is true. This is a good brass coin lore drop. Also a pretty shortable moment. So, the reason why Pokemon Blue was my first Pokemon game ever was because it was also my brother's game. When I was 4 years old, I took my brother's wretchedly old Game Boy, the one that, you know, has the white case, the green screen, all that, didn't play in color. Took his copy of Pokemon Blue. He hid this thing in the heater vent while he went to school so I wouldn't play it. I found it. I started playing it. He saved in front of Lance. Couldn't beat Lance, couldn't get past him. So I started pressing buttons. I can't read at this time. Don't have a clue what I'm doing. I button mash. I beat Lance. I proceed on to Gary or whatever the heck my brother named him at that time. Button mash, go past Lance. Hall of Fame is entered. Game saves, puts me at Pallet Town. I turn it off. I put it back in its hiding spot. Brother gets home from school, turns on the game to try again to beat Lance, and he's in Pallet Town. The beating that I got from my brother that day was horrendous because he thought that I had lost to Lance, saved the game, so he was going to have to beat Bruno, all those guys to get back up to Lance and challenge him again. And I'm like, no, I beat him. I won. It took me to this room and it saved, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I won. All the Pokemon died. And then he checked the Hall of Fame records, and sure enough, there was a Hall of Fame entry. I had beaten the game while he was gone. Can't read again. And so, out of frustration and anger, he gave me the game right on the spot. He said, I don't want this game anymore. You can have it. So that's how Pokemon Blue became my first Pokemon game. Your Pokemon were Charmander, Mankey, and Pidgey. But yeah, I totally stole the win from my brother. It was hilarious, and it pissed him off so greatly that he just gave me the game. And then shortly thereafter, my sister gave me her copy of Red because she didn't play video games, I guess. You only ever used Charizard level 100. You eventually got tired of having Flyer Charizard, so you picked up a Pidgeot. There you go. That's a lot better than what you did. You took your brother's Game Boy Micro to school with you and traded his copy of Ruby for some Beyblades and Silly Bands, which were popular at the time. Oh, that's fantastic. That's just beautiful. My brother tried to trade some of his video games for a rabbit skin. My mom was pissed. Is my brother the guy who plays Sea of Thieves? My brother hasn't touched a video game in like a decade. Hey, Cebu, you have a great night. Thanks for popping by. We ticked up to 15 viewers there for a second. Your cousins reset your red file probably 50 times. And your grandma sold her car with your Game Boy Color red under the seat. Oh. That's brutal. Buy a car, get a free Game Boy Color. You really need to search for your brother's Beyblades? Oh, that's great. Let him rip. Yeah, rip your sleep. Who needs it? Oh, I forgot to check that one. Also had Bakugans too. I just realized that if I was to do an early morning stream at 4, I would be starting in like 2 hours-ish. That would be brutal. Let's not do that today. I should try a nice 7 a.m. stream, though. That would give me 5 hours of sleep, give or take. It's almost 2:30 where you're at. It's almost 1:25, or well, it is 1:25 where I'm at. Almost 2, which is the projected estimated ending time for the stream. You remember when you didn't know who Bakugo was and you would call him Bakugan? I mean, pretty close. I see no flaw. Woo! Hey, no worries, Shark Lord. So the idea is that the 7 a.m. streams would be a different crowd altogether. Just because of the time differences, but they're not something that I can do consistently. Like, it really would have to be a 4 a.m. stream and see what I get there. But I got a bunch of shorts that I need to get made and uploaded, and a few video projects I need to do as well. I just need the time to do them. Oh! Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, I got a whole whopping 30 people that watch that stream. Any given 5, but I'm not opposed to having mods on the channel either. Like, I ain't gonna complain. It's really just a matter of doing it when I'm live. Yawns are in fact getting more frequent though. Gotcha. Yeah, 4 a.m. streams, I'm not entirely confident I can realistically do. I'm gonna try at least a little bit, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do them. But it is roasting in here. Need to get rid of that. Yawns do be contagious. You know what'll make you go to sleep really fast though? Holding a sleeping baby. I don't know what it is about them, but holding a sleeping baby will put you to sleep so fast. I've never gotten a shiny in Pokemon Sleep before. Not me wondering if I could get away with kneeling and streaming at the same time. It's like, if I go back far enough I can. How about that? Oh, that feels kind of nice. You will almost never catch a 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. stream, but you have said that about this time slot before as well, and here we are. That's fair. I don't know if I will catch a 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. stream. Not today. That would be like a Monday stream before I go to work. And it would probably be closer to like 5 to 7. I would have to wake up at 4 to get dressed and ready for the workday. And then it could be potential that I stream at 5 to 7. Indeed, happy early birthday to Whis. That's like in 2 days, yeah? Oh, tomorrow. I see your message, Whis. It's like I was remembering it was the 26th or 27th. Oh yeah, because today is... Yeah. I gotcha. Oop, I didn't check that one. I knew it. Alright. My shiny Poipole, my first shiny Poipole appeared on Pokemon Moon. Is the second one going to appear on Pokemon Moon as well, or is it going to appear on Pokemon Sun? Listen, my Yon's power is over 9,000, okay? Moon? We're gonna do double moons? Okay. Okay. You feel like you'd be too stressed to sleep while holding a sleeping baby? I mean, you would think, but like, it's also they exude relaxing hormones. I swear. It's like, oh, look at the sleeping baby. It is also slightly different when it's your own. You go through about 2 months of them thinking they're the fragilest things ever, and then it's just like after that it's like, okay, whatever. And when it's your second one, they have like maybe 3 weeks of, oh, you're fragile, let's be gentle. Then it's just like, okay, yep, you're a thing, let's go. Like our poor second child, he's just like, yep, you're good, brush it off. Yeah, Pokemon Sleep is interesting. You have a 16, almost 17-year-old dog, and that's more than enough for us right now. That's an old dog. That dog has lived a long life. You're turning 16 years old of suffering. Not gonna lie, Wiss, until you said that, I always just assumed that when you say you're going to school and needed a laptop, that you were in college. Like, I thought you were a college student. Oh yeah, that's on up there in doggle years for sure. You have to carry him outside every time he has to use the bathroom. That sounds about like a 16, 17-year-old dog, that's for sure. Our dog was 18 when we finally had to have her put down. She had like a tumor growing into her heart, so that was sad. She like had a big tumor on her left elbow and one growing into her heart with little tendrils, and it was like squeezing it or something. Elementary schools have laptops now. I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, that's wild. I mean, some elementary schools have tablets, so, you know, whatever. Your age is a mystery for too many people. I don't know, given that you told the internet, maybe it's too many people that it's not a mystery for. You feel like you wouldn't have the strength to put him down? How did we get through it? Honestly, it gets to a point where it's, okay, is their quality of life worth living through? Are they going to be in more pain than they should be to help with this? Like, what did it for us is my dog would randomly just yelp in pain and do that really, really high pitched dog bark of pain way too often for our comfort level. So we're just like, okay, yeah, something's needing to be changed. So there is a point where, yeah, it sucks, because I was 10 or 11 at the time. We took our dog to the vet. They put her down, brought her back out. We went and buried her. Like, it sucks, but there's a point that you get to where it's like, okay, this dog has no quality of life. This dog is in pain and suffering. We need to stop that. I also grew up a farm kid as well, so that also has a lot to do with it. It's never easy putting your pets down, but from a farm kid mentality, it's you're raised with purpose versus utility type stuff, and decisions like that are a little bit easier. Your wife said she had a lady at church tell her, "Are you keeping that dog alive for it or for you? You know what it's time to cry a lot." Yeah, that's a really valid question too. Are you keeping it alive for it or for you? And that's huge. That's deep, Casey. He sent me a gift from an Idaho playground with snow. Does it snow over here? Dude, it snows like half the year over here. What are you talking about? It snows way too much over here. We'll get snow in like October, and it won't leave until May. Sometimes we get snow in July. It doesn't stay, but it snows in July here all the time. The type of childhood and upbringing I had as, I say a farm kid, but like it was my grandpa's farm. I grew up with farm kid values. I grew up around it, but like I wasn't with the cowboy boots. Well, I did have cowboy boots as a kid, like really young. But like after 5, when I had more of a choice, yeah, I didn't have cowboy boots or whatever. But I mean, I had to do farm work. I remember distinctly doing farm work. I was allergic to hay and had to feed the cows and had to push a bale of hay like 2 football fields from the hayloft to the cow field to get them fed. And I was like 4 years old at the time, 3, and the most I could do is roll it. So like that took 6 eternities to do. All the while I'm flipping up hay dust in my face that I'm allergic to. That was a heyday. That was so fun. But during that time, I had basically a pet lamb. My grandpa raised goats, cows, and lambs, or sheep, I guess. And one of these lambs really took to me. Like, it got me the nickname of Mary for like a decade, because this lamb would literally follow me everywhere. And for school, we had show and tell. I took this lamb to school to do show and tell, because I thought that would be cool. And then we have a family reunion, and my grandpa, he's being creative, you know. There's like 150 of my relatives that, you know, all gathered for this epic family reunion, and he got a bunch of different meat. He got cow, goat, buffalo, pork, and lamb. And you know what they did? I raised these lambs and these calves for 4-H projects that get sold at auction to then be turned into food. And, like, I have a vague understanding of it, but this lamb that was my pet that was named Tagalong went missing. Like, they sold it. And then we're having lamb at the family reunion, and after I'm eating it, they told me that that was Tagalong. They told me that that was my, they told me that that was my lamb. I don't know if it was, but, that's what they told me. And ever since then, it's been like, okay, yep. Be less attached to pets. You know, especially if they are food animals. Don't get attached to animals that are food sources. It is pretty terrible, but honestly, I laugh at it in hindsight because, like, it really wasn't my lamb. They just messed with me because I was young and impressionable. Farm work's no joke, definitely underappreciated. Your mom grew up on a farm and she was telling me how the chickens would still walk around. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Muscle memory. It's a crazy thing. Hey, you watch Dan Plan. You have a great night, Cebu. No. What's really worse is on my... So this was all on my mom's side of the family. It was alright, not gonna lie, Wiss. It was alright. I didn't like the goat. The goat tastes like goat. It's not great. This was all on my mom's side of the family. On my dad's side of the family, my parents had to go to convention. So they had 3 kids, me, my brother, and my sister. They sent my brother and my sister to my mom's parents. They sent me to my dad's parents, and we were there for like a week. So I went by myself to my dad's parents. To this day, I don't know what's true. So my grandpa on my dad's side was a sheep herder. He herded sheep growing up, and he liked to eat sheep. Like, you know, you herd sheep, that you were going to be probably eating sheep because that's what you had. For whatever reason, like, I don't know if these eggs were different, if my grandpa got like brown eggs or, you know, anything like that, but my grandpa is making a dish, breakfast, okay? So I was out in the living room sleeping on the couch. My grandpa's in the kitchen. He's making breakfast. He pulls out the grayest scrambled egg looking thing I have ever seen. Like, these scrambled eggs were gray. I don't know why they were gray, but they were gray. Okay? That's the first piece of context. I asked my grandpa what they were because, one, it smelled horrendous because it kind of had a burnt egg smell. And so I asked him what it was. He's like, don't worry about it, just eat it. I'm like, okay. So I take a few bites of like, okay, these scrambled eggs are really terrible. But like, I've never been to my grandparents' house, so I'm not gonna be rude. So like, I'm slowly eating it. And I'm like, Grandpa, what are these? These eggs taste really, really weird. And they're like, oh, those aren't eggs, dude. That's sheep brain. No, like, it was all scrambled up like typical scrambled eggs, but instead of being yellow, they were gray. So, like, he just tells, no, that's sheep brain, dude. And I'm like, what? To this day, that smell in that sight is etched into my mind. If I wake up and somebody's cooking eggs, I'm sick the rest of the day. Like, I'm done. I can't even. Like, if I smell burnt eggs in the morning, I'm toast. So my wife has a like kind of an understanding that there will be no eggs cooked in the house until after 11 a.m. The problem with this is, to this day, I don't know if my grandpa was messing with me or not. I have no freaking clue. And his memory isn't sharp enough these days to tell me if it was a joke, if he was messing with me or not. Because yes, he has eaten sheep brains before. You used every part of the animal, but I don't know if he fed it to me. Like I don't know, and I will never know. I will never know the answer to this question of did he feed me sheep eggs or not, because they were sus. It did give me some. It did give me some trauma. Like, I can't with eggs in the morning. I absolutely love scrambled eggs though. Anytime after afternoon, I'm golden. Just look up that dish he gave me and compare it to my memory. That's the problem. Look up what cooked sheep brains look like. Yep. What? Okay, that image gotta go. I cannot look at that. I am legitimately dry heaving. Oh, yeah. So, my parents. My mom worked for the school lunch program. She had to take certification classes every so often. So, she had to get sent to, like, Reno, Nevada, Boise, Salt Lake City for these convention classes for just certification in cooking things, state crap. So, because my mom was going, they comped her a room, half of it, and because she didn't have to be in class the whole day, it was kind of a vacation, because like after she was out of class, she could go derp around Vegas Strip or whatever. So my dad would go too, and because my dad went, we had to go stay the night with some family members and whatnot. So that's why that happened. Oh yeah, Wookie, that's the problem. It looks like how I remember. Yeah. Gray and nasty. It was probably that then. Honestly, yeah. And like, the saddest part is, my parents, they can't defend my grandpa. Like, they can't say, nah, your grandpa didn't feed you sheep brains, knock it off. Because they don't know either. Like, honestly, he could have. Like, my grandpa's not unhinged by any means, but it's like, no, that's a normal enough thing that he would eat that, yeah, he could have. It very easily could have been in the realm of possibility. And we're just like, thanks, Mom and Dad. Thanks for that. Was my dad a prankster, or was he just tough like that? My dad would never eat it. My dad can do a good prank, but it isn't usually known for being a prankster. Like, for Christmas one year, he gave each one of us kids, all three of us, like $250, but he put it in pure quarters in a lunchbox. And no, my grandpa wasn't known for being a prankster either, so, like, I'll never know. I will always highly suspect that it was, in fact, sheep brain, but I will never know for certain. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, but it is kind of making me gag a little bit. But to make matters worse, there was ketchup. You genuinely want to try this now? Be my guest. Not ketchup. Yeah. Like, people struggle with the idea of ketchup on eggs anyways. At least we weren't dipping that stuff in mayonnaise. It could have been rotten eggs. People feel some kind of way about that, though, Shark Lord. Like, some people like it, some people don't. It's not as hot of a topic as pineapple on pizza, but it's up there. Could have been a century egg. Why wait till now to tell us about the ketchup? It changes everything. You know, it's just the garnish on top. Pun intended. I do not know what that is, Wookie. Hey, Shark Lord, you have a great night. Get that Pokemon sleep research data taken care of. See you whenever. Nope, absolutely not. Not a chance. The ketchup can't save the taste. Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, I did make a legitimate inquiry to my grandpa. It was like, hey, when I was 8, my parents went on this convention trip. I stayed the night at your house for a week. I helped you replace your carpet. We went to the store. You got me root beer on several occasions. You know, like, I do remember this pretty vividly. You made some scrambled eggs. They were pretty sus. When I asked about them, you told me that they were sheep brains. I want to know, did you actually feed me sheep brains? And he's like, I could have. Just completely casually, no hint of joking, nothing. It's like, it could have been. It's like, okay, Grandpa. But yeah, there was no hint of joking at all. It's like, could have been. I have not, Princess. Yeah. To be fair, though, when I was 3, a lot of stuff happened when I was 3 or 4. We were going to my grandpa's house for his birthday party. He had a Super Nintendo set up in the guest bedroom. And he had 3 profiles that were like 100% beat. You know, they were all at the level with King K. Rool on it. And he had like he had 99 lives on each of them. I deleted the save file of his most progressed one, I guess you could say, and set it back to 0. And then like he found out about it a long time later, and he asked about it, and it's like, why'd you delete my game, you little turd? I'm like, oh, because I wanted to start all over. So it could have been payback for that instance, you know. I wouldn't blame him. Yeah, I couldn't blame him either, honestly. I probably deserved it. Well, I am shook. I am surprised that my baby, who has been over there this entire stream, has barely made a peep, isn't awake, isn't wanting food, but he should be requiring food any minute now. You'd feed me sheep brains without the ketchup, to be honest. Not the sheep brains. So I'm going to stream until 7,800, because then we'll have gotten a solid 300 encounters for the stream, which is basically 100 an hour. Someone did that to your Mario Odyssey save in like the 2nd grade or something. You were at the end of the dark side of the moon, and you left your Switch with it for like 2 minutes and came back to the intro. Wookie, that sucks on so many levels. First and foremost, your game save file getting deleted. Secondly, the fact that you just said you were in 2nd grade playing Mario Odyssey. Can we just like take a moment to wrap our heads around that information? 2nd grade, Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was 7 years ago. Here's the wee little lad. Second grade for me was Pokemon Gold and Silver. Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color. Like, kindergarten was Donkey Kong 64. Zelda Ocarina of Time. 007 GoldenEye. Actually, those were the year before I entered kindergarten. I mean, 15 minus 7 would put you at 8, which would be 2nd grade. So, I mean, the math tracks. Oh, 007 GoldenEye was such an OG. Like, that game was phenomenal. I wish for a true remaster of that game, not the garbage remake that they gave us with Reloaded. Fourth grade for you was probably Diamond Pearl era. That was 8th grade for me, so you gotta be about 26. Is it Silent Hill? 007 was the beginning of Halo and Call of Duty. Absolutely. It changed so much for first-person shooters. Same with Perfect Dark. Like, they both paved the way for first-person shooters to progress forward. Just got some Waffle House by Swayze. That's fantastic. Did you get any chairs thrown at you with that? If it's very close, then I gotta err on the side of 25 because I was probably in 7th grade tipping into 8th. The big head paintball modes were awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The golden Pew Pew was fantastic. It's like VR Duck Hunt, but horror game. Oh no, no. I've seen Markiplier play a game called Granny, which is a suspense puzzle game, and I really want to play that. Played the early Resident Evil games? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Princey's. Actually, on my Brass Coin Plays channel, if you haven't subscribed to that one, I am currently playing through Resident Evil 0 right now. Oh, that's not needed to be there. Okay, that's not how to do that. How do I do this? Granny isn't that scary, but it's good play. I may have played the Resident Evil games, the early ones. I am missing Code Veronica X because there's no current way to play that game aside from GameCube or PlayStation 2, I think. Maybe you know, on computer. But, yeah, definitely recommend checking out the Brass Coin Plays channel. I'm playing through, Resident Evil. And then I'll be playing 7 and 8. And probably by the time I get there, 9 will be out, honestly. And I've heard Revelations and Revelations 2 are worthy of note. I mean, I've played them. Can I attempt a rap like Eminem? Absolutely, I cannot. I barely listen to rap, let alone the ability to do it. Alright. Well, it is linked if you click on my channel proper through like the description or my name or my face anywhere. You will be taken to my channel where you can scroll down to the bottom and the Brass Coin Plays channel is linked there. And check that out. We got 38 subscribers over on that channel. So we're looking to get that as high as possible, as quickly as possible. So Yeah. Brass is actually a SoundCloud rapper. He just doesn't want to rap for us right now. Facts. Shiloh just made it 39. Still says 38, but I'm sure it'll catch up. But it is 2 a.m. for me. I must go to sleep so that I can wake up tomorrow and have some semblance of functionality. I am going to try for a 7 a.m. stream because Baby Quinn's going to wake me up at 6 on the dot. I can guarantee it. Should have enough time to get ready, and we'll see if I can make it happen. We'll see you guys later. Princes, you enjoy your 10 a.m.-ness. I am so happy for you on that. Everybody else,